Well, hello everybody, and welcome to iRacing Short Course right here on Racecraft TV. It is round number 7, getting ready to run towards a championship. It's a beautiful day virtually on the track out here. Plumley up on the pole position there. Braden Cheramani on the outside of them as they come around. Gary Lane and the pace truck's going to lead them down the ski jump.
And
we're going to see it pull off this time. I see the lights are out.
the lights are out on the pace car, but this is where they threw the manual caution once more, and it's going to be another caution again. I believe some people are just getting a feel for the car and everything. We might have a little bit of EOLs happening for some people with naughty behavior.
Uh-oh. Well, that's something for the admins.
Oh, what is this pace car? The pace car just drove through the pit lane. I think we're going to see the pace car just drive through everybody very soon. No, it's just going to be manual pace. Nope, there's the pace car. I see the pace truck at the top of the screen just making its way through everybody else slowly. But with iRacing physics, we can just turn off the physics of the pace car. It'll just make its way slowly around the field, but keeping the same speed. So they need to be starting behind the pace car, not in front of it, or else they're going to get a penalty, and there they go. Now they return back to speed.
All right, hopefully everybody gets back in line here. Get them tucked in.
Some airtime from Plumley over that ski jump.
Yep.
Brandon Sharamonte's already trying to stick his nose up. Pace car goes in this time by, and we should be going green.
Plumley, Cheramani coming around that final turn towards the flag stand. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag, green flag.
Green, 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 and already Cheramani gets a big bump from the 920 of Gary Green. Side by side, here comes Green off the exit of turn 1, already onto the back of Plumley. Green challenging already for that lead. He gets a little bit tag up the inside, and it's a big tag. Zach Drapkin gets tagged by, I believe that was Keaton Swain up on the inside.
And you can see Ethan Eber right there on the outside of Drapkin. Here comes Prater sliding next to Green. Cheramani and Plumley side by side. Coming around that final turn again here to head across that stripe. These are going to happen quick. These are short, fast laps.
Yeah, very fast. Mason Prater making up a lot of ground. Jumps up into third place after Gary Green had a big mistake. Zach Drapkin around the outside getting a bump from Holton Hyrider in that 77. Gary Green gets hooked and he comes across the ski jump and into Zach Drapkin.
And gets a little bit sideways there, able to recover. Drapkin throws it down low. A sandwich there. Newer trying to come up now behind Drapkin. Newer with Ebert battling there. There's the 77 of Hyrider.
Yeah.
Fastest lap of the race goes to, well, it actually goes to Keaton Swain because he's the only one without anyone around him. Prater looks up on the inside of Chris Plumley. As Gary Green, ooh, he's hit that K-rail.
Yeah, not used to seeing Swain that deep in the field. He's been running really strong. Top 5 driver usually.
Well, he was turned around on lap 1. That's why he's so far down the field. Plumley still leading out Mason Prater. Prater, though, has been so fast outside of this exit of turn 1. He's looking down to the inside right now.
But you got to admit, over the season, Plumley has been quicker and quicker every session. Oh, Cheramani and Prater and Plumley 3 wide off the ski jump into the right hand.
Brandon Cheramani helps Prater out there off the exit right there, but coming out of that jump, him and Holton Hyrider are having a little bit of fight right now. As it's Plumley and Prater side by side through the final turn across the line as we start lap 5.
Everyone's so white tonight.
2 more laps to go here in stage number 1. 7 laps per stage. Christopher Plumley out front.
Look up the inside. You know, that inside line was so well held by Prater, but Plumley just had all the speed around the outside to carry that. And just look how tight these two are.
Well, Prater's trying to say, this is my house. My house.
And Plumley is just saying, you had your house, I have this. This is currently my race right now.
Yeah. Exactly. Jeremiah and Heidritter back there battling for third.
Holton Heidritter.
Oh.
Look at that. Prater up the inside, gets the bumper on Sharamani, gets the bumper on Chris Plumley, goes way wide as Sharamani sneaks it off with the lead. And oh, Prater and Sharamani making contact. Big contact between them.
Of course, Mason Prater, the number one on track defending champion from last season, and currently our point leader.
Oh, and Zach Drap gets into the back of Brandon Sharamonte. Mason Prater gets off with the lead. And Plumley goes by with a little switcheroo on Holton Heidritter. Sharamani now sitting in second place. And the battle for second now is alive as Mason Prater is saying, y'all have your fun. I'm getting out of here. Because look at this. We got 5 wide through that hairpin as Gary Green singing his way up the inside of Zach Drapkin.
As I say, Green is right there step for step with Drapkin.
Zach, oh, right there.
Low behind Plumley. Jeremiah
Ethan, you
right
on my
next
left,
to
I know
him.
where to go.
Heidritter trying to get away from Jeremiah on the outside in the 77. But like you said, the number one of Prater starting to pull away.
And it's the end of stage 1. Here we keep it green. Oh, what's happened here?
There's no caution. Why
believe we keep it green. I am not sure. No caution was supposed to come out, and Mason Prater has dropped down to third. He thought there was going to be a driver-led caution. It is not, and a miscommunication between him and race control has unfortunately had him fall down to third place at the end of stage 1.
And look at this. Gary Green gets right in front of Chris Plumley there.
It's not that hard.
Heidritter out front. Here comes Jeremiah to the inside.
That doesn't work out.
Yeah, he lost a lot of speed.
Oh, Prater! Almost side-dooring Zach Drapkin right there.
Yeah, he got on the bike. It's pretty heavy there for a second. A lot of slides going through the third turn there. The only right-hander on the track. 9 laps down now. Soon to be 10 here as Drapkin goes across trying to chase down Heidritter.
Yeah, we're going to lap 28, I believe. No, not 28.
Low and 2, go low and 2.
Quick, I'm not a mathematician. 23.
Clear.
We're headed to lap 23. Nope, 22. Until that competition caution comes out at the end of stage 2. So all these drivers at the end of that stage 1 debacle. That is a big hit for Mason Prater, who, well, you're so used to doing one thing throughout all the time. When they suddenly change it, it just doesn't work out anymore.
Yeah. Exactly.
And now we got a 3-way fight for second place. Drapkin, Prater, and Sharamonte, as Holton Heidritter on a different machine is leading out this field by 1.6 seconds.
Drapkin still sitting in front of Prater, but Prater looking low there. Drapkin had a good line, good exit. Up past the stripe here in turn number 1.
Sorry, Gary.
So close. Drapkin getting all the assists from that berm right there to get ahead. Big send by Sharamani, getting a bump onto Mason Prater.
Happen here in the right-hander. Drapkin, Prater looks low. He's going to try and push him out. No contact.
Prater trying to set himself up for that outside line. Switch around, though, trying to carry more speed through there. Prater's got the inside line, but around the outside. Here comes Drapkin trying to carry more speed. They make contact coming across the line. Prater goes up low. Drapkin goes back down low. Switch back contact with Sharamonte. These 3 trucks cannot be separated at all. Who's going to be sending it up the inside? It's going to be Mason Prater giving the slide job to Zach Drapkin, and over the ski jump they go. Prater, P2.
And it looks like Drapkin's going to have the line coming in on Chiramani. He's going to pinch him out there. But Chiramani, if he gets to the inside here, he'll have the line on Drapkin. And it looks like Drapkin's staying high, wide, Hanson.
Yeah, he stays ahead of Braden right there. Oh, bad bounce right there for Zach Drapkin. Not the best landings right there, and he's got Chiramani up on his inside. Chiramani actually backs off, but he's still looking up that inside line. Let's take a lap with Braden over the ski jump.
Right on the bumper there, Mason Crater.
Oh, gets way over the bumper. Actually gets bumped from behind by Gary Green. Oh, it was a side swipe. Strike by Zach Drapkin right there. Chiramani just trying to stay out there. We got a car in the pits. That's Retzlaff in the pit lane.
Oh, man, that sucks for Ratzlaff. And look at this. Chiramani looking low, but the problem is he's going to scrub so much speed off him.
Yeah, here comes Gary Green.
Yep.
Oh, so sideways. So sideways over that jump.
Look who wants to get in and play with the boys. Chris Plumley.
Yeah, Plumley's back.
Black flag.
15 laps down. Soon to be 16 is Heitritter. In fact, Heitritter's still out front. We're starting to forget about him.
Yeah, he is 3.2 seconds. Holden Heitritter is just blitzing the field right now. Wishing he had that little bit of freedom is probably Brady Chiaramonte, who, well, he's been around everybody right now, and I think he's had contact with every car around him. Just slight contact. Gary Green, a big crossover across the nose of Brady Chiaramonte.
And look at this. Green now in front of Chiramani. You're right. Chiramani looks a little low. Green will be set up, though, coming around. It's a fast lane there. Chiramani, fights him every time when he goes low.
Yeah, that inside line looks so tempting to send it up the inside. This isn't our road course. Can't really do a lot of road course racing tactics around here. Usually up the inside doesn't actually work. Around the outside sets you up better for that next corner. So I would suggest a lot more around the outside moves for everybody, but with these cars, slideways is the best way to go. As you can see, Drapkin is holding that outside line. That outside line can be really rubbered in.
Oh, yeah, definitely a lot of blue green getting ready to get laid down there. Very fast
Plumley.
line, sure traction. Yeah, I saw Plumley go a little high. Hello! Hello!
Yeah, it falls down to Nicholas Dachelet up into 6th place. We got a gap of battles right here. The battle for 3rd, then we got the battle for 5th, and then we got the leader. And Mason Prater got back into 2nd place a few laps ago, back into 2nd. Stage 1 winner, Mason Prater, but, ooh, Reese Newer has gone into the pit lane.
Oh, man.
That's an early pit. He is really damaged, but this might be in his benefit to do that early pit. So when that caution, when everybody else comes into the pit, he'll be back up front. This might be a strategy call by him.
I don't know. It looks a little early with that strategy to go in there. I think his truck is hurt for sure.
He did have a lot of damage on the front nose, so we are not sure exactly what the cause is. We're only speculating, as our only information is a timing screen and what we can see out of our eyes. But he is coming out of the pits right now, ahead of Cody Retzlaff. Gary Green, and ooh, Chiramani for the block slide job on Gary Green for 4th.
It looks like he finally made it paid off, going a little lower that time. I think he stayed more middle of the lane right there, so he didn't scrub as much speed.
It was he carried a lot of speed to that corner. Gary Green trying to, well, follow Chiramani and do his own lap. That goes Zach Drapkin and Brady Chiaramonte into the pits. They're all going to the pits. Ethan Ebert's heading into the pits. Now. So we're having pit stop. Yeah, this is
Zach
all strategy. Oh no, Drapkin's missed his pit box. Jadazay Minder back to the pits. Aiden Irvin in there. Thomas Grady into the pits. So this is a big shakeup right now.
Oh, definitely.
As they're getting close to the end of stage 2 with 24 laps to go. 2 laps, it should be everybody else going in. And they are on fumes right now. Plumley with a crazy crossover to get into the pits in that Lucifer purple machine. Gary Green.
He was just like, I need to pit.
I need a pit. You get out of my way. Holton Hired are still out. And look who's ahead of Holton Highrider on track. That's Zach Drapkin and everybody else who's went into the pits. Here goes Holton Highrider into the pit lane. Leaders in the pits. Does Mason Prater stay out?
That's
Mason
correct.
Prater is going to stay out there and keep the lead of this race.
Number 1, you are new race leader
Well,
at
he's
this
gonna
flag
gamble,
stand with
he's
your
gonna throw
caution.
the dice here.
Cross Gershmeyer and Gary Green are also into the pits. Keaton Swain
Alright, first place
is
hold,
staying out. The
25,
first driver that's
first
went
place
into the
hold,
pits
25,
is
pit lane
Zach
is
Drapkin
open.
in 7th
Once you get out of
place.
turn 3, pit lane is open.
They're trying to look, looks like newer down a lap.
Am I left down by any chance?
Burke, Ratzlaff, Irvin.
Yeah, you are.
Binder.
Ooh, Drapkin beating out Gary Green
Sorry
out
about that.
out of the pit lane. But look who's behind Zach Drapkin. Ethan Ebert. We haven't heard a lot of
I
Ethan
keep going
Ebert
up
today.
there.
Ethan Ebert was been,
Oh,
yeah, absolutely not a lot of hearing anything from Ethan Ebert today. Very quiet race. Mason Prater and Keaton Swain have gone into the pit lane. And Keaton Swain, who was last off the lead, off the lead lap, was back in second, but Holton Highrider retakes the lead.
Do you want me to stop and turn 1, right?
now Swain pulled into the pit yet?
Yeah, he just did.
Okay, there it goes.
Now there's Zach Drapkin in second. Holton Highrider is so far ahead, I completely missed out that he's been in there. And now the competition caution has been called.
Ooh, halfway through this one now.
And Ian Lane is getting out of pit lane. But, oh man, Mason Prater, what a bad time to go into the pit lane right before the competition caution calls. And you're in 9th place. You got 21 laps, Mason Prater, to get back into the lead. As everybody is getting back in there, I believe they're going to re-rack and restack and let everyone who's a lap down get their lap back. But it's Holton Highrider, that 77, with that strategy call to get them into the lead. Zach Drapkin up into second. Ethan Ebert up into third. The one who went into the pits before everybody else was Cody Retzlaff on lap 13. Reese Newer on lap 18 went in, but it seemed like lap 20 was the one where everybody else went in, with Zach Drapkin, Ethan Ebert, Brady Sharamonte.
Well, you know these drivers been out there and they knew they were going to do stage racing. You know, so they probably figured out, all right, I'm going to push this thing and see until I run out of gas. All right, I know I can go this many laps.
Indeed. And, well, hey, some drivers got different driving styles out there, which some of them use more gas, some of them use less gas. And when you're in a group situation, if you don't want to make contact with the car ahead, you lift off and, well, hey, we're back to green, and immediately Zach Drapkin looks up off to the inside on Holton Highrider. We got a drag race here off the end of turn 1 and heading into turn 2. Drapkin looks out low. Holton goes way up high, and here comes Sharamonte 3 wide over the ski jump.
Incredible. You can see those sliding out. Oh, look at this. Drapkin riding side by side with the time right. Oh! Drapkin. I wasn't sure what was going to happen there. They're able to hold on to it. Drapkin there, Highrider out front still. Chiramani in that third position. And look at this. Quiet Ethan Ebert. Come back in. Here he goes.
Ethan Ebert not being
Last part
quiet
of that
on that
corner is
move right
awful.
there, getting into the door of Sharamonte, looking up the
Larry, make sure
inside
to hold
right
your
now
line, please.
as
Thank you.
Holton Highrider gives Drapkin the bumper off that hairpin. Sharamonte's on the inside of Ebert, trying to give him the bumper. It's not going to pay out right there. Zach Drapkin and Highrider in that battle for the lead. Drapkin gets a bad bump right there in that signature propellers machine as they're all dipping a wheel underneath that top lip, and it's 3 wide across the line for second.
And looking good. Not going to turn number 1. Sliding in Highrider.
Sorry, Zach.
Chiramani. Look at this. Ethan Ebert. Oh, Ethan Ebert on the move. He goes into third
Ninth,
place.
number 9,
Quiet.
please.
Ethan
hold your line
Ebert
on the
just
exit.
somehow making his way through the field and not getting a single peep out of us. And Sharawani is just adoring the kid.
Dennis Sportsman, sophomore
Drive through me, why don't you?
Want that truck moving for sure.
And 18 laps to go. Quite Ethan Ebert definitely has the biggest stick as Sharamani shows him his stick, and Ethan Ebert says, that's nice, let's move over.
Watch in turn 1, midline, go low in 1. Turn 1's clear.
Sorry, Dean, I was trying to bring you back in.
Is that Plumley starting to get
That's
back to the
Plumley!
picture again? Boy, he is like a yo-yo right now out of the track. He falls back, he pulls and reels it back in.
Chris Plumley started at the front of this grid, sitting in 5th place, and look who is behind him. That card, that red banner on top, that red number, Mason Prater.
And of course, Prater back in 6th place, Plumley 5th, Jeremiah 4th, Ebert in 3rd, with Jack in 2nd. Heitridge still out front leading this one with 16 laps to go.
Yeah, look at this fight for 3rd. Sharamani gets a good line through there, but Ethan Ebert, that crossover, back into 3rd. Sharamani taking a very risky line at the bottom of the track, trying to somehow swing his car up onto the inside of Ethan Ebert. Ethan Ebert is carrying so much speed that, well, if Sharamani get that move off, he's going to have to really drive that thing back. There is no corner in this next corner, but really brave Sharamani. He's falling off the pace.
Looks like he's trying to set him up for a slide job, and I think it actually kind of hurt him a little bit.
He's too far away for a slide job, unless it's a slide job into another dimension.
Yeah, well, he was trying to set down that turn of the line. Yeah, he's got like 5-10 miles an hour off the speed of his truck was going so well.
Yeah, it's going to be a few laps for Sherman to get back up there. What he really needs to do is stop trying to focus on the overtake, get back into that groove of things, and get back to Ethan Ebert.
Hit your marks, drive your lines. Don't worry about the guy in front.
Or the guy behind.
Or the guy behind. Sometimes you tend to overdrive the car. I think that's not expected to do it.
Yeah, that.
He knows better than that to do it.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to overdrive the car. Somebody who's really been a good preacher of not overdriving the car, but moving up through the field is Mason Prater. Don't know if we have a resident Iceman in the series, but that would probably be Mason Prater.
Got ice water in his veins.
Ice water in the veins, and you know, sometimes in the, even if you grow up in Chandler, ice water in your veins is probably a good thing to have. As Prater is on the bumper of Plumley. Plumley up out high, Prater down low, and Prater's made that move stick. Got one corner to go. We going to see a slide job from him? Yes, we are. Shows on the bumper. No contact right there. Prater up into 5th place.
See, that's what Jeremiah is.
Look at Newer and Plumley getting into each other. I am not sure, but for 1995, he is certainly paying everything for that truck right now. And he gets up onto the inside, shows him the nose, and Newer up into 6th place.
Is anybody
Well,
bored
he's
yet?
certainly hauling that truck around. Yeah. And speaking of you hauling, fight for second, Quiet Ethan Ebert and Zach Drapkin. Probably the complete polar opposites of drivers. Zach Attack versus Quiet Ethan Ebert. Oh man, we got a good fight right here. And then just up the road is Holton Heirider. Holton might have had a slow lap last lap because they're catching up to him.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait a minute. We're only around, what, we were second?
Yeah, there were like 2 seconds near the start, but everything's calmed down now. Zach Drapkin and Ethan Ebert are closing in on Holton Heider. What they need to do is not fight each other. They can catch up. But look at this, Ethan Ebert! What a line through that hairpin. It's right side by side with Drapkin. Oh.
Down low.
Ebert got onto the brakes to avoid contact with Zach Drapkin. That is the man who pays for his truck.
seconds. You can see the battle between Drapkin and Ebert slowing it down just a little bit.
Drapkin goes deep. Ebert stays down low. Drapkin is just letting the door open. Says, yeah, send it up the inside. You won't.
Good fire, baby.
And Ebert's just driving this thing like he doesn't want any damage on that truck at all. But what they do need to realize that they went in on lap 20 of fuel. Colton Hyder went in on lap 22. There is a slight chance that they run out of fuel on the last lap.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Come on, drama. Come on.
Knowing these two youngsters there, these drivers, they have calculated everything out. They know their setup, they know the fuel, they know the speed, the basic. Now, if there was a bunch of caution the caution comes out.
Yeah, they'd be good.
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, Prater showing Sharamonte the bumper. As Sharamonte gets loose over the whoops, and Mason Prater back into 5th place. Right behind Reese Newer. How is Newer doing this?
No worries, man.
I don't know, but I think it's a new Reese Newer out there for sure.
Did it come with that deposit?
Yeah, I think so. U-Haul must
Sorry,
be
we didn't
handing
hit
out
you there.
bonuses.
Absolutely. And, well, Reese Newer in that 15. He's hauling it right now ahead of Mason Prater. Prater's giving him everything he's got. But Newer is just flying away.
Another driver that's really progressed through the series. And I'm going to tell you, so many of these young drivers have seemed to stand out and have gotten better. A couple of them struggle a little bit this race, but over the series, they've become top 10 and top 5 drivers.
Indeed, and Reese Newer definitely showing himself to be one of those top 10 drivers, but Mr. Number 1, Mason Prater, shows him the inside line. Can he hold it around the outside? Reese Newer, ooh, going wide with that block. Taking a page out of Jim Beaver Esports. Josh Edmondson and Kim Peterson move right there. Showing him the bumper off the slide and totally negating that overtake possibility.
Yeah, look at my left hand because the right hand's going to slap you. That's exactly what they're doing right now. 5 laps to go. 4 laps will be the next time by. And so on. Off the ski jump they go.
Now, this is just a fight for 4th as Sharamonte gets into Mason Prater.
6 or
We're
18.
trying to keep an eye on the points leader right now. And second in points, man, I'll tell you, it's going to help Holden Eitritter quite a bit.
Can you quit blaming
Points
too,
stand,
Brandon?
he's sitting second overall.
Yeah, this is so tight between these 3 trucks. Prater getting bumped all over. He's almost getting squeezed into the wall by Sharamonte. This is helping out Reese Newer. And here comes Sharamonte, putting that thing nearly perpendicular to the corner. Here it comes off the exit.
Never mind.
Beautiful right there by Reese Miller, staying away from the drivers, no contact.
Hold on, baby girl, hold on.
Oh.
Able to dump down low.
He's getting a block, and here comes Sharamonte out of nowhere into Newer and into Prater.
Actually,
There was a chain reaction there.
Yeah, bull a China shop move right there from Brandon Sharamonte. And oh, Mason Prater, big bounce off the jump, and he's fallen down to 6th place with a 2nd gap to Newer as Drapkin and Ebert are side by side for 2nd place. Ebert, quiet Ethan Ebert, slammed onto the brakes, trying to go for that switchback right now as the fight between them for that 2nd spot is heating up right now with 2 laps to go.
Incredible drive there for sure. Ritter about almost 3 seconds.
It is 3 seconds now.
Yeah, this is 3 seconds. 3.1, 3.
It's going to go up more. These two are going to get nasty over this next 2 laps and the next 6 corners. Drapkin and Ebert. Ebert once again looks up the inside. Unable to happen. Drapkin gets a bad bounce. Here comes Ebert down the inside. Side by side to the final corner. Little bit of contact right there. Wheel-to-wheel contact. Underneath that final corner. White flag this time by Ebert. Oh, bad bounce. They hit each other. Oh, that was not intentional right there. But Ebert and Drapkin make contact heading into 1st corner. Ebert up into 2nd place.
And both were able to collect themselves again there. Ebert sliding at their contact with Drapkin. Ebert still holds on, doesn't lose any momentum whatsoever.
Oh, Draken sending it all and then a
Flipping
few
two,
some
go
into
low two.
Ebert.
There it is. There it
Fine,
is. The
mid-line two,
Heitritter
go high in two.
takes the win. Ebert is going to be second.
One did I get you
And
there?
Drapkin will be third.
In our first stage race competition, absolute chaos hopped up. Reese Newer in 4th place, followed by Brady Sharamonte and Mason Prater finishing the race where he started in 6th.
Sorry, I switched to the next one, but I got swirling in the air and then just...
Take a look at our race results.
Me over so I can finish.
It's Holton Heitritter taking the win, followed by Ethan Ebert, Zach Drapkin, Reese Newer, Brady Sharamonte, Mason Prater, Gary Green, Keaton Swain, Chris Plumley, Thomas Grady, Cross Kirchmeyer, Ian Lane, Cody Retzlaff, Crystal King, Nicholas Dachelet, Shaden Zane Minder, Aiden Irvin, and James Burke. At the end of our 18-car grid,